Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. We are back again with Tru Heels BTR Between the Ropes with an exclusive interview with Impact Wrestling star, former Knockouts champion, current Knockouts women's tag team champion, Rosemary. How are you doing today?
Oh, we're doing just fine, darling. Nice to meet you.
I am very excited to speak to you. You're one of the iconic characters when it comes to Impact Wrestling. The demon. I'm not a virginal soul, but I'm glad that you're able to speak with me.
We need a restock, honestly. Send some our way.
Well, if you're watching this right now, remember to drop the thumbs up on this video. Share it with
Virgins welcome.
Yes, virgins are welcome. She is looking for virginal souls. So come aboard, and Rosemary needs you. But
And Sid, we appreciate we see the true heel behind you. Everyone seems to think we're some sort of hero, but you seem to understand.
no, no, no. I mean, to be honest, aren't the heels and the evil the real heroes in these stories when you really look at the world?
Honestly, the hero is just if you're on the side of whoever's telling the story. We're just on our side. Whoever wants to come with us is welcome.
I see we understand each other very well. But you have the title in the background. I gotta ask you, how does it feel to regain the Knockouts Women's Tag Team Championships? You had a hell of a reign with Havoc, and then you just won the titles with an enemy turned frenemy turned friend, the unholy alliance with Taya Valkyrie.
Back and forth, that naughty little human that keeps weaseling her way back into our life. We can't help it. There's something about her. There's a little thing that called chemistry, and when you have it with someone, you can't deny it, even if they are a stinky little human. But yes, it does feel nice to have gold background our waist. After we lost the tag titles with Havoc, we both did spend a little stint going after the Knockouts World Championship, the singles title. And it just wasn't there. We couldn't convert. It was something missing. And we think it does happen to be that our heart still lies in tag team wrestling. We absolutely love it. And yes, it's not with Havoc this time. Her dear sister is missing. But with the Valkyrie returning and the two of us fell back into syncopacity just almost effortlessly. It was it's not something you find every day. And obviously the recipe came forward and resulted in championship gold with Ragnarok back at the top.
And it's wonderful. It's a great sight to see. You did it at Slammiversary, a very special show. And you're, like I said, you're one of the icons of Impact in my eyes, especially with the Knockouts division starting almost six years ago now. How does it feel to kind of be a part of Impact Wrestling after such a milestone? And, to do it with someone you have so much history with Taya Valkyrie, but how does it feel, being an Impact to celebrate 20 years?
We have spent since we stepped foot in Impact Wrestling, then TNA, we really knew that was where we wanted to put our roots down, dig our heels in, and set our base of operations here at Impact. And throughout the past 6 years that you've mentioned, we've really watched it, and not just watched it, been a part of it growing, and seeing the fan base grow, and seeing people giving it another chance, and seeing names come back, and seeing partnerships come back. Did you expect New Japan to work with Impact again?
No.
And it's been for the past year now. Several names of Bullet Club, of Finn Juice coming over from New Japan, and watching this grow and watching people want to come to Impact Wrestling, and that's what we wanted. We wanted to establish that there was something special here. There was something about Impact Wrestling that made us want to be here rather than it be a stepping stone, as you saw many people over the years use it for such reasons, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. But we wanted to be something else. We wanted it to be special. And now you see people coming to Impact. You see people traveling here to face iconic Impact names and people from Impact going out and representing Impact Wrestling. But for the Demon Assassin, it still remains true that if you want to face us, come to our battleground.
And that leads me to a great question. Like, who would you like to see? I'll call it the forbidden realm of Impact Wrestling. Who would you like to see pass through that realm? You know, you talked about, you know, working with New Japan, and that was a big surprise. But, you know, New Japan is primarily of the men's division. So who would you like to see from maybe a Stardom or an AEW or outside of Impact come through this realm?
Anyone who wanted to come over. You wanted to mention is it's a forbidden realm, but honestly, Impact has never been forbidden to anyone, and that was something that appealed to us. There was always an open door policy, if you will. several companies have, since our time at Impact, there's been alliances with AAA, with Noah, now working again with New Japan. Several people have gone back and forth with NWA, alliances that you wouldn't have thought that were possible. And this was going back years before all this hype as of recent times. So anyone who wants to walk through that door, anyone who wants to step in and perhaps swallow whatever stigmas they've had in the past and just recognize that this is a place for competition. This is a battlefield worthy of anyone who wants to step foot there. And anyone who wants to come in, yes, over from Stardom, over from the UK, up from Mexico. There's lots of luchadoras that can come up. We still do have a partnership with AAA, as you know, we have Black Taurus and Decay. So there are lots of options for people who want to step through that door.
Yeah, and you have like that kind of connection with AAA a lot. Like you said, Black Taurus is in Decay. Your
and Laredo
partner, you know, Taya Valkyrie is the AAA Reina del Rey's champion. But you yourself, you said you had their opportunity at the Knockouts Championship with Taya kind of holding two belts in this tag team. Do you have any desires to go back after the Knockouts Championship now that you've reached the Ragnarok of the Knockouts women's division?
We would never say never. There's always possibilities on the horizon, but we've learned to make sure that we're taking our focus and not trying to spread it across too many things. That's a recipe for disaster. And right now, the focus is to find Havoc and bring her back. As next week, the Valkyrie is joining us. Grandfather help us. But we're going into the undead realm to try and find our sister and bring her back. And hopefully she does not get herself killed like someone else.
Yes, you've had quite experiences in the undead realm, and you know, Father James Mitchell. You've come across so many different characters, whether it be in the undead realm, whether it be in the ring, from Father James Mitchell to Su Yung. What type of, if it was past or present, supernatural character that you do want to come across in the undead realm, who would it be?
Do you know? You mentioned Sue, and we can't think about anything else now, because you know the scariest thing about Su Yung? We haven't seen her for some time. And that is never a good thing. Because if you recall, the last thing we saw was the reveal that she had a hellspawn inside of her stomach.
Yes.
Is nobody else concerned about this? Because we are. So perhaps whatever came forth, if it is finished incubating by now, it has to be, and wherever she is holed up and wherever she is nurturing it and growing it, that creature, that's what we want to fight.
Wow, you want to fight the spawn of Su Yung. I think that would be real good money for that matchup there.
There's something dangerous growing inside her, and we want to fight
it. I'm looking forward to that. And like you said, you got a lot on your hands, whether it goes through the undead realm, and you've been dealing a lot with the influence. What do you think is like the next chapter in this kind of war that you've been raging with the influence, with Tennille Dashwood, Madison Rayne, and now Giselle Shaw, a part of their ranks?
Yes, they're playing with a numbers game, aren't they? Hence the importance of finding Havoc, because Steve and Taurus have their own issues to deal with. We can't be running to them every single time we need help. We've got to find Havoc, because the influence, even though they're one nose down. Sorry, Madison. We did say we were going to bite it off.
You did.
But she is tricky, she is wily, and she's clever. And with this injury, that's only going to make her more angry. So you know the influence. Well, they may look like pretty silly little girls. They are not. They are dangerous, they are smart. And there's a reason that Madison Rain has been around so long, as she is a survivor. And she will find a way to win, and she will find a way to get back. And that's why we need to make sure we have eyes on every side, not just the back of our head.
And I'm hoping that you can find the Sister Havoc in the undead realm to kind of even the odds in this war you've been raging. But we brought up other characters, supernatural characters that you've come across, like Sue Young in the past. You've had your connections with Abyss. Both of those characters have kind of split their personalities. Do you ever have the desire to kind of show a different side of yourself and show that you have the power to snap into somebody else? Because you do have the power. I saw how your snap worked.
Yes, it's growing too. If only we had more virgins, it would be even stronger. Oh, are you talking about the little human persona that we still have dormant lying in this meat suit? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Little Courtney. There's always a chance that she could make an appearance. She is still alive. We do keep her around. She's useful. And if we needed a human side, perhaps one that we could trust infallibly, because yes, there is the Valkyrie. Yes, she is our partner, but honestly, we can't see inside her head. We don't know implicitly if we can trust everything that she says. The one human, if there was one, that we could trust would be Courtney, because she can't hide her thoughts from us. So yes, if we did need human insight, there's always a chance that we could bring her to the surface.
I'm interested to see that for sure. I was worried. We haven't seen her in quite some time. I didn't know if she was still in there, but she's dormant and she's just waiting to be let free. I'm looking forward to it. But like I said, this Knockouts division is so exciting. You got your war going on with the Influence, but another tag team has kind of come to their own as of late. Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green. You have your history with both of those ladies. Chelsea Green, very much so, dating back a couple of years when she was known as something else. Deonna Purrazzo a little bit more recently. Do you expect them to be one of the next challengers for your Knockouts tag team titles?
Yes, speaking of alter egos, Chelsea Green, we know what lies dormant inside you, you little hot mess. If we could bring that to the forefront, that could be something to manipulate. But yes, the reemergence of Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green, known as VXT back in the day, and have found each other again. And that's definitely something to watch out for, because both of them, Chelsea, in fact, was the one who put a stop to our attempt to reclaim the Knockouts World Tag Team Championship back in 2017, when she became champion, defeating us in the finals. And we did not forget that, don't you worry. And Deonna Purrazzo, for as arrogant as that little human is, she can back it up, because the two chances we had against her going for that Knockouts World Heavyweight Champion, not heavyweight, Knockouts World Championship, those were, without a doubt, two of the matches that we have been pushed to further limits than anyone has pushed us. She is an incredible talent, and she made us elevate to another level to fight her, and we still couldn't defeat her. Let that sink in.
Yes, and you guys had two really good matches together. You talked about that kind of rivalry, your rivalry with Chelsea Green, your rivalry with Taya Valkyrie, but there's someone else who just came to Impact Wrestling who, in my opinion, I think that's your greatest rivalry, and that's Mia Yim. What do you feel about Mia Yim returning to Impact Wrestling, and do you see yourself crossing paths once again?
Oh, you had to say her name. You got us all riled up. We can't think about Blue right now. We've got We've got the undead realm, we've got Havoc, we've got the influence. Like you said, Chelsea and Diona are right there for we can't be thinking about blue, but now we are thinking about blue. And all the delicious violence that we create when we're in the ring with her. It's only a matter of time before we cross paths with Mia Yim. And when that time comes, Hivelings, you will see a war.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I know everyone can watch a whole bunch of the, the classic matches that we've been discussing here for on Impact Plus. You got your next Impact Plus special coming up, Emergence. You also got, the Impact Insiders on YouTube. What would you say yourself, with everything that you have, everything we've discussed is the main reason people need to become an Impact Insider and an Impact Ultimate Insider, and then check out Emerges coming up on August 12th?
Because you're missing everything. There's so much happening right now. All of this fascinating, really good content, all of these wonderful battles, all of these characters. And if you're not watching it, you're missing it. You're going to look back and go, why? Why were we not watching it this time? This is really, really good content. Impact Wrestling is our home for a reason. We stay here for a reason. We believe in Impact Wrestling. You need to be watching. You're just doing yourself a disservice if you're not.
I agree 100%, and that's why I appreciate the opportunity to talk to one of my favorites, Rosemary. Please let the people know where they can find you and what's next for you and the Impact Knockouts tag team titles.
Oh, well, we love to interact with the Hive on Twitter and Instagram at We Are Rosemary. And then if you do want to talk with Courtney, she does stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/RM, the Demon Assassin. We do let her out for that. She does get a little playtime, see?
Very nice, very nice. I'm going to check that out and pop into the chat just to talk to Courtney to make sure she's okay when she'll
feel so special.
Well, thank you so much, Rosemary. Thank you to Impact Wrestling. This has been Tru Heels BTR with Rosemary. Remember to drop the thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, leave your comment down below, let us know what you think, and we will see you next time.